same, but here I'm half on carpet, half on hard floor.
Right.
So I find sometimes I'm sort of a bit uneven, let's put it that way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you need surprisingly quite a lot of space, really, don't you?
When it is surprising. I mean, I always used to do Pilates upstairs, but there you're in a straight line, aren't you? You don't move.
Yeah, you're on your mat and that's about it, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Right, cool. It's just us. I'm only recording it for your benefit, just in case you want it. Other than that, we'll just crack on as usual because it's just us. Wrist first.
How many are you getting in the mornings, early doors?
Say that again.
How many people turn up early doors in the morning?
There was 3 in this morning. They're the sort of regulars that I get. And then every now and again, other people will drop in. But
they must be committed
3.
to doing it. What is it, 6:30?
It's 6:45 till 7:30. Reverse if you haven't already.
Yeah, I suppose if they're working though.
Well, they get it done before work. I think it just depends on sort of roughly. Well, not roughly. It depends on when you work best, doesn't it? I mean, I work best in the morning, which is why I do very, very, very few evening sessions.
Yeah.
You know, I sometimes do an evening session in the hope of catching some people who can't do during the day. Reverse your wave. But yeah, I think it just depends on when you work best. The earlier the better for me. My brain's switching off by sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock. And then the one where we hold the thumbs together, keep the palms towards the floor and press out. Different angles, doesn't really matter which angle, you're just kind of exploring, just trying to get the side of the wrist to open a little bit. A couple more. Then give them a shake, give them a little bit of a wiggle. All right, so we're going to come to, it doesn't really matter where you are, but I'm going to come to the edge of my mat. I'm going to sink down into a goblin squat. So heels can come up, arms out in front, sink down and get to the bottom of that. And then we bring one hand to the floor in front and the other up to the ceiling. So a little bit of rotation. And switching sides, tail up to the ceiling. And just keep switching sides. You can hang out for a longer time on one side if it feels like it needs it, or just keep switching side to side. Couple more. And let's just do one last one to whichever side. And then let's walk out to a plank. So walk the hands out. And once you get there, if you need to organize your feet or whatever, shoulder distance apart. So just holding the plank. We're going to use this position here to just rock gently forwards and back over the wrist. So just mobilizing the wrists. And then just a little circle with the body, just like we do when we're on the knees. We're just kind of mixing it up a little bit. And then we're going to reverse the circle. And then coming down to the floor, so you can keep your knees off or plonk knees down. Mine need a bit of a break this morning, so I'm going to come down, chest to floor, take the arms overhead, feet about hip distance apart. And then Superwoman, reach the arms and legs away and lift everything off the floor and release. And again, reaching. You want to make it smooth, smooth lift, smooth lower, and smooth lift again. And release. You're good. A couple more. Reach the arms, reach the legs, and release. One last time. And then tuck the hands under the shoulders. We're going to come up into our shin box with a hip lift. So whichever leg you want to do first, I'm going to go left over right, which leaves me with my right hand on the floor. Into hip lift and a reach. Lower the hips back down. Back through center, over to the other side, leaving me with my left hand down. And lift and reach. And release. So just keep switching from side to side. No rush. And getting some rotation through the spine, the body. A couple more. And let's go one last time to whichever side. Lift the hips and then release, and then come to your shin box position on your mat. Doesn't matter which leg is forward. Keeping the chest lifted. I'm going to take the chest forward over the shin to start with, so straight forward. You can tent the fingers either side. But when you push back up, try and push up with the leg. Yeah, so bring my chest over. If I wasn't using my hands, I'm not trying not to lift with my back. I'm trying to push down into that front leg to lift me back up, and you'll feel it engage. So you can use your hands as a little bit of support. And a couple more. And last one, and then we'll switch sides. So shin box on the other side. Same thing again, nice and lifted through the chest. Tent the fingers if you want. Hinge forward, and then use the pressing down of the knee to bring you back up. So you can keep the hands off the floor the whole time if you wish, or you can use a little bit of support through the fingers, your choice. Let's go 2 more. And last one. And then bring the legs out in front for our single arm side push-ups. Single or double, your choice. I'm going to stick with double today. Toes put into the ceiling, hands rotate to the side, one in line with the hip and the other in line with that, and then side of the head and front of the shoulder to the floor. Then take that top leg back. I'm just going to pause here for a minute and see if you can reach the knee back even further and reach out through the heel of the front leg. So I'm really flexing the foot, reaching out through the heel, and then push the floor away and come on up. We go to the other side. So taking the ear and the side of the shoulder down and then sweeping the leg back. So same thing, the bottom foot, I want to reach out through the heel. So I'm reaching the leg away, and then I'm trying to split the legs, taking the knee back behind me. And back up. Couple more to either side. Push out through the heel, reach back with the knee. And back up. Let's do one more on the other side. Push it out through the heel, pulling back with the knee. Push the floor away and come on back. And then we'll come into a loose crab. I say loose because we're just going to lift. I'll turn slightly sideways. So usual kind of modified crab lift. So right, I'm going to stretch my left leg out, right arm coming down into my hip, and we're going to lift from there. So take the hips up and then reach the arm, and the heel will come up or not, doesn't matter. And then release back down. And we're going to switch sides. So alternating arms and legs. Each time, drop down, switch sides, and lift. And you can kind of play with the angles with this one. You're not doing a crab, so you could sometimes, or sometimes on the occasion, take the legs wider than you perhaps would normally do a crab. And then you can work with them a little bit narrower. You can work with the heel closer to the body, which means it will have to lift. So with this one, there's no real right or wrong where the arms and legs kind of go, as long as it's not hitting your shoulder. A couple more. I'm going to go one last one, nice and wide with the legs on this one. And then release it in back down. Okay, so let's come over onto, well, we're going to set loaded beast. We're going to do unload. Actually, let's do a couple of frog unloads on the knees, then we'll move it up again. So usual story, toes are together, bottom on heels, knees slightly wider than hips, hands walk away. So keeping everything rounded to start with, chin to chest, tail tucked, let the feet follow you all the way out, lift the chest as the last thing, squeeze the feet together, squeeze the glutes and then round it back, chin to chest, push the floor away, round the spine, the feet will come down. And again, pull it forward. lift the chest. Last thing is the gaze round the spine to go back. And to go one more like that, rounding forward. And rounding back. And then just pause there in your child's pose position for a moment. You can rock from side to side, whatever kind of feels nice, before we take it into our unload. So you want to get your feet so that they are hip distance apart, toes tucked under, knees slightly wider than hip distance. We walk the hands away again. So we set loaded beast and then we go unload, yeah? So when you're ready, hover the knees, unload, knees stay low, chin and tail stay tucked. We get all the way out there and pause, push the floor away, tuck the chin in, and then we reverse, returning to loaded beast, keep the knees low and round it back. And you can pause and rest the knees in between if you wish, but we go again, unload, rounding the spine forward, return to loaded beast. Let's go one last time, unload. And return to loaded beast. Rest the knees down there. And then next one, we'll go into a wave unload. So we'll take the hips up first. So same again, when you're ready, we'll set loaded beast. Wave unload, lift the hips up high. From there, we round the spine. So chin tucks to chest, tail tucked under, and we lower the hips. The last thing to come up is the chest and the chin. And then taking it back, chin to chest first, then push the floor away. Use the arms, lift the hips to the ceiling, and then lower the knees back down to loaded beast. And from there, we're going to turn over. I'm just going to do a couple of crab reaches. So get yourself organized for a crab reach. So a little bit wider and further away with the feet, but nice and proud with the chest, shoulders pulling back. When we're ready, going to lift the hips here. Let's go right arm crab reach first. So right hand in front of the face, lift the hips up first, and then add the reach, framing the head with the arm, reaching the fingers down to the floor. And return to crab. Switching hands. Left hand comes in front of the face. We go again, lift the hips up, then reach the arm. Keep breathing. And return to crab, lower the hips down, and you can rest. And I'm going to get rid of my mat. So I can slide about a little bit. Right, when we're ready, let's go. All right, so go set beast first. Let's just get rid of these beast activations to start with. So feet and then hands. So when you're ready, hover the knees, just that fraction of an inch off the floor. We hold 3, 2, 1. Lift the right foot, hold 3, 2, 1. Switch to the left foot, 3, 2, 1. Right hand, 3, 2, 1. Left hand, 3, 2, 1. And lower the knees down. And then just coming over to crab, we'll do the same for the crab activations. So it's in a nice prayed crab. Push the floor away to lift the hips up. Same thing, we go right foot, just hovering. 3, 2, 1. And then left foot, 3, 2, 1. Let's go right hand, 3, 2, 1. Left hand, 3, 2, 1. Opposite hand, opposite foot, your choice. I'm going right hand, left foot, and then switch. Last one. 3, 2, 1, and release down. Give your wrists a bit of a shake if you need it. Really fell over. Good old activations. Okay, right. Let's come into ape. We'll do ape reach and open. A few rounds of that, just to get into the hips that little bit more. So, usual story. We come down into our deepest possible ape. I'm just going to pause there, and you can wiggle about from side to side. It's my knee that's giving me jip this morning, weirdly. All right, but we want to be as upright as we possibly can, she says. It is what it is, Charlotte, isn't it? It is what it is.
The heels are just not down.
It is what it is. Right, hip reach. So we're going to go backs of the hands together, thumbs reaching towards the floor, ears between the arms. And if you can get your knees on your upper arms, you're kind of folding everything in. So you're trying to make yourself small, essentially. And then we're going to open. So the heels come up, the chest lifts, and the arms reach to the side. We go 2 pieces on the hands.
Oh.
And then fold back in, return to reach. Arms come down, heels come as close to the floor as we can, and we're folding back in. And then we're going to release out of that so you can come down onto your knees. We're going to set beast. So nice and slow with some under switches to start with. I'm going to see if we can get control of the leg that's moving. And when we come into crab, dropping the hand and the foot at the same time, or thereabouts. That's the aim, eventually. All right, so let's set beast. I'm going to go left leg under switch first. So hovering the knees, left foot comes up, right hand, and we start to pivot and come all the way over and attempt to control it all. So you land in your very proud crab. And then we go back. So left leg under switch, left foot, right hand, lift the right heel, and we pivot back through to beast. Let's go on the other side. So right leg under switch, left hand, right foot, pivot round, controlling the hand of the foot down at roughly the same time. Nice proud crab. And then reverse, right leg under switch. We lift the right foot, the left hand, heel comes up, and we pivot back through to beast, and then rest the knees down for a moment. Hard work when you're doing it slow. And then we're going to go from crab. I'm going to do jumping under switch. So jumping under switch, you start in crab, you finish in crab. You're going all the way over. Yeah. So let's set our crab up and turn to face you. So we're trying to jump from this position. We want to jump to that modified beast position in the middle where you've got 1 foot off the floor. All right. So if we do a left leg jumping under switch, the right arm is going to be your momentum. So left foot, right hand up, and I'm going to jump to the opposite leg, in this case, the left leg, so that I can continue all the way around back to my crab. Yeah. So let's have a go on the other side. So right leg jumping under switch, right foot off, left hand out. We swing that around, we switch in the middle, and then you control it all the way around. Brilliant. Left leg jumping under switch. All the way over. Right leg jumping under switch. All the way over. Do 1 more each side. Left leg jumping under switch. And last one, right leg jumping under switch. All the way through. Nicely done. And rest your hips down. Very good. Not bad, not bad. All right, so we know that the under switch is the start for your side kick through, right? So side kick through, 90 degrees to your starting point, and trying to get your base leg, your base foot pointing straight forward. So not letting it flare out to the side. So that's just the little thing that we're focusing on right now. All right, so if I'm set up 12 o'clock and I do a left leg side kick through, I'm going to 3 o'clock. We start off with the same under switch. So left foot off, right hand off, and the shin parallel to the floor. Plonk the heel down with the toes pointing straight out. Kick and pull the elbow back. Nice work, Charlotte, good. And we're going to come back to beast. So left leg under switch will take us back to our beast position. And then we'll go right leg side kick through. Same thing, we start the pivot. Heel drops, that's your break. Take and pull the elbow back. And we go right leg under switch will take us back to our beast position. And then rest the knees down. And then we're going to go a little bit quicker. All right, so we're going to do 4. Right, left, just thinking about dropping the heel with the foot pointing in the same direction as the kick. Easier said than done, so make sure you look for it. Yeah, so as you do the underswitch, look towards your feet. So here we go, let's go left first. Left leg side kick through. Left leg underswitch, right leg side kick through. Right leg underswitch. Left leg side kick through. Left leg underswitch. Right leg side kick through. Right leg underswitch will bring you back to beast and rest the knees down. Whee! Jumping underswitch, right? So we'll do again 4. We'll do the jump. So we get that switch of legs in the middle and side to side with the side kick through. So let's start off, let's go left leg. So we go left leg side kick through first. That's your usual normal one. And then we're going to jump to right leg side kick through. So start the movement, jump into the middle, into my modified beast position. So now I've got my right foot off the floor, and then continue through right leg side kick through. Jump to left leg side kick through, switch in the middle, over to the other side. Jump to right leg side kick through. Jump to left leg side kick through. One last time, jump to right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch will tink you back to beast, and you can rest the knees down. Again, come off your wrists for a moment, just give them a little bit of a wiggle or a waggle.
Breathe.
And breathe. My heart rate goes up with side kick throughs. Yeah, surprising, it looks very simple, doesn't it? But I think there's more to it than meets the eye.
I'm trying
Right, so
to concentrate on not going back on my bottom as well. I can see in the mirror it open.
Go on, explain. I'm interested in that.
Well, when I'm doing it, if I'm not careful, I end up back here.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep myself forward as I go through. Because
Yeah.
I find that, well, I find it harder to do that. It's easier if I push back.
It is. It's weird. Men will shift forward to load up their arms more, and women shift back to unload their arms. So if your shoulders are not happy, you can understand why your body kind of goes, oh, I could cheat here. But yeah. Right, okay. Let's go levitating, side kick through, levitate to the other side kick through. So we're just layering it up essentially. But it's exactly the same thing. There's just that switching the legs. The only difference is your butt's in the air and your weight's over your hands as much as possible, right? It is where it is at this moment in time. So as a quick demo then, we go left leg, side kick through. We levitate to the other side. So that leg starts to come in. Everything's the same. I'm just lifting up and pulling. I'm like trying to get my, well, I don't know, what would you say? My ears between my arms, pushing the floor away. I'm trying to get the knee into the chest. So the knee's not here, the knee's into the chest. So it's a little donkey flick to switch, and then you sink back down and you're over to the other side. All right. Let's give it a bash. Give it a bash. Right, so we set beast. Let's go right leg side kick through first. Looking good. Levitate to the other side. So hips up, right knee into the chest. Good. And then donkey kick to switch. Nicely done. Sink the hip down, you're over to the other side. Brilliant. Levitate to the other side.
Swinging.
You know, it's so bad. Better than it was. That's it. Yep. Yeah, very nice. Good.
I don't think I was exactly on my clock hands.
Yeah, I think there's something I'm seeing there. I just can't think what it is. I can just have a moment. It might just be where. So we've got, this is all fine. So we're here. When so you've got your switch, that's all great. I think you are coming, I think you're trying to go from here, like so.
Yeah.
Instead of coming back down to that beast position.
Yeah, it'll
That
be
makes
my
sense.
cheek because it's easier because I'm using momentum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You see, instead of sinking back down and coming through. So it leaves you, it's going to leave you with more momentum. You're right. And that's probably why you're still swinging. It's probably why you've not got quite as much control over it.
Have another go.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's
That's why we're here.
Talk me through it.
I will. Let's go left leg side kick through. Nice. Okay, and then levitate. So we're just going to come up with your butt in the air, left leg into the chest. Okay, now you see where your right foot is.
Yeah.
You want to land your left foot next, you know, in that same line, if you like. Nicely done. Good. Right, now when you sink down, you want to think about bending that left leg. Yeah, all the way down to beast.
I'll have to go
All
right
the way down
forward.
to base. Yes, there you go. And then come under into the side kick. That's better.
Yeah.
That was the daddy. Yeah, that looked good.
I'll do one on the other side. Remind me which leg I did then. I've got to go this way forward.
Yeah, so whatever. Yep. And then tuck that knee into the chest as you take your bottom up to the sky. Take note of where your left leg is, sorry, and then switch. Okay,
Right.
now you've got to bend into that beast position.
So you have to go forward, don't you?
You do. It's quite a big movement to get your knees back down and then through, and you're in. Well done. It will feel a lot harder at that point.
It's showing me that I was cheating by moving back.
We all do it. We all do it. I try and get off my shoulders as well because it's hard work to pivot around your shoulder and keep, especially when you're only on one arm. That takes it to a whole different level. Okay, so they're looking good. We're happy with that. So just building up the components. Let's, in fact, you don't need me to do this with you. I'll come and watch because I can just talk you through it. We'll do a scorpion switch. So from beast, we're going to do scorpion switch. So the leg goes up and then we're going all the way over. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it. So let's go left leg scorpion switch. So turn the toes out on the left. Point the toes, up you go. All right, and then we've got our checkpoints at the top, right? So your right heel should be turned out slightly.
Yeah.
Right knee slightly bent. And you're trying to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. You know, close that space. Brilliant. And you're going to lock out your base leg, make it straight. Keep pivoting round onto the toes, but think about the hip taking you over. That's it. Well done. Nice landing. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, and then do a right leg under switch back to beast, and we'll do the other side. So we want the other leg, which I think will be your right leg. So right leg scorpion switch. Lead with the toes. Point your toes and get up to the ceiling. Keep driving up. Nicely done. Can you push back with your arms a little bit more? Chest towards you. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, and then we're going to go all the way over. So lock out the base leg. Pivot onto the outside edge. Yeah, not bad at all. Good. All right, so the only thing that I would say there, and they are twiddly things, is we're thinking about leading with the hip, right? So we want this top hip to keep twisting, and that's really what takes me over. It's what forces me onto the edge of the foot and all the rest of it. I think because I'm kind of saying cueing the foot, we do all the pivoting with this base leg instead of thinking it's about rotation of the spine and the hips. Yeah. So the other way to control it as well. So once you're up there and you're coming over, so I'm here and I'm the hip, and I'm reaching to the floor the entire time, reaching, and it's the very last thing is that hand just comes down. Yeah. So your hand's coming up a little bit early, so it's just kind of coming across you. Whereas if it's reaching, it's like this movement, you know, all of this. That's literally what we're doing. That's the end of the movement. So when we did this in the warm-up, that's how you land and the hand comes back down. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Whether I can do it, but yeah, absolutely.
Right, come back to it then. So set beast. We'll go, let's go right leg first, just so I can remember what I'm doing. So right leg goes up, out and around, all the way up. Okay, now think about that top hip now leading the movement, and keep reaching for the floor with the right hand. Reach for the floor, reach for the floor, reach for the floor. And it's the last thing that comes over. Nicely done. You should feel it feels more like a big stretch down the side.
Down the side,
yeah.
Yeah.
The more you're going to get that feeling of stretch, right? So try the other side. So we've got left leg scorpion switch. When you're ready, drive it up with the toes, leading. Nice, lock out that base leg now. See if you can keep it locked. Lead with the hip, twist the hip, 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 hip. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Nice, that was better. That looks good on that side.
Yeah, I didn't keep my first leg, I didn't keep it locked the whole time.
My first leg. Out of all my legs, it was the first one that didn't stay locked. There's too many legs to keep track of. Right, okay, so let's start to put some of this flow together then. So we'll start off with ape, reach, open, beast, and then that scorpion switch, which will land and then do a crab reach. Yeah, we've done all this before. We're just layering it on. So let's start off in our ape position. We set ape. All right. So ape reach, backs the hands together, thumbs reaching towards the floor, rounding forward. Open, heels lift, pizzas to the side. Return to ape reach, backs the hands, folding in. And then from there, we're going to set beast. So you bring the hands forward and organize the knees. And then we go right leg scorpion switch. So right leg drives up, out and around. We hit that peak position, nice high heel. Keep leading with the hip as you take it all the way over. You're going to land with the right hand in front of the face. Right arm crab reach. So set crab, bend the knee in. Lift the hips and reach the arm. Return to crab. And let's just go straight into it. Left leg under switch to loaded beast. So we organize the hips back on the heels. And from there, we're doing an unload. So keep the knees low, chin to chest. All the way forward. Pause. Return to loaded beast. And rest the knees down for a moment. Nicely done. Okay, so we're going to do that again on the opposite side. So we'll be leading with the left side. So return to your ape position. We might as well use it. It will give us some movement into the hips. So set ape reach, back to the hands, thumbs to the floor, folding in. Open, lift the heels, palms to the sky. Return to ape reach, folding in. Set beast. Left leg scorpion switch. All the way over. Set crab into left arm crab reach. Lifting the hips, reaching the arm. Return to crab into right leg under switch to loaded beast. Unload, knees stay nice and low, all the way out. Return to loaded beast, and then rest. Marvelous. Oh. Okay, so after that, we get into our front step through. Elbow pulling back, elbow coming in front. So I need a big enough window to get the leg through. So I'll come facing your way. So we go right leg first, then we'll do left leg. We'll see where we get to. So when you're ready, set loaded beast. Right leg first, right leg front step. Big elbow pulling back. Yeah, you've got it, well done. And then we go through. So the elbow comes forward to give us some space. Kick the leg through, create that tension. Yeah, return to loaded beast. Nearly got my leg stuck. And we're back to square one. Let's go left leg front step. Fling that leg forward, pull the elbow back and through. Elbow comes in front, kick through. Return to loaded beast. And rest the legs down for a moment. Okay, your turn. Your turn. This is looking pretty good now. I think, yeah, once you've got this one, it's relatively simple, I suppose, but just making sure the window's big enough. Your choice, choose a leg. Brilliant, and through. Well done, Charlotte, nice. Step it back to loaded beast. And then opposite leg, front step. Can't remember which leg it was, it'd be left, will it? Yeah, left leg.
Oh, I always forget the bloody arm.
And then through. Yeah, well done. Good. Return to loaded beast. And you get a moment of reprieve while I sort the postman out who's just rung the doorbell. Hello. Okay.
Sun in the box, right?
Cheers. I can still hear you sighing even though you're at the front door, even though I'm at the front door.
Just catch him.
Right, let's do those again. We'll just do the front step part. No, we'll do all of it. And then just your focus then is going to be on getting the elbows to pull back. Yeah, it's that position you want to be in. That's it. And through. Good. Return to loaded beast. When you get back to loaded beast, just plonk your knees down a minute before we do the other side. Lift your gaze. I think you are. So when you step, you look forward. You pull in the hand back and you're looking forward. Don't think. You just have a think. It's only a small thing, but it will make a big difference. So I step, I've got my step, I've got my elbow pulling back. And at this point, I want to look forward, gaze forward, which lifts the chest up, yeah? So it's that action of almost like lifting the chest is going to drive the hips more open. And then coming through, you really don't need to look. It's fine to drop the gaze, but as soon as you look down, you're going to flex the spine. It's going to overbalance you.
Let me have a go.
Arguably, yeah. It feels that way to me, or it looks that way. So yeah, have another go. Choose a side, doesn't really matter. Step, elbow back, and then looking up, so lifting the chest. And now it's, I mean, I don't expect you to look up because you need a certain amount of flexion to come through. That looked better. It feel different? Might not.
Yes, I think it did.
So
to really concentrate, I'm looking forward.
I know, I'm the same. I only know it because I look down all the time, and especially like in crab, when I come to crab, because I'm busy thinking, my eyes just drop slightly, and it means everything just collapses in instead of being nice and lifted.
Concentrate again.
Yeah, no, but that looks better. And then yeah, fine, no wrong with that. Yep, and then back.
Yes,
but it's fine. You find, you glance down to make sure all your bits are in the right place, absolutely. But then keeping sort of the gaze more lifted. I think as well, they talk about it a lot in Animal Flow, and I think part of it comes down to the fact that all this sort of these claw-like movements, these animal movements, come with the gaze, and I think it's supposed to be a bit like, animals don't tend to sort of look down and
no, but they're looking for their prey, and they're looking for
yeah, exactly. Yeah, precisely. All right, so that's our front step through. Return to loaded beast, and then we finish up with our slide twos. So we've got a slide to a left leg side kick through, and then levitate to the opposite side. It depends which side we start on, but left to right, right to left, whichever. So we'll start off in loaded beast. We'll do a slide to left leg, and then a levitate to right leg side kick through. All right, so let's get organized. So if we're sliding to a left leg side kick through, the right foot wants to be on the ground. So we start to bring the body weight forward. You hop or step that right knee into position, and it comes into a beast position. The left leg joins it, but is off the floor. And then you pivot through to your side kick through. And we're going to levitate to the other side again, nice and slow. Tuck the left knee up into the chest. Take note of your right foot. switch. And then that same thing, you've really got to bend that left leg down to the beast position to pivot under to a right leg side kick through. And then we're going to go jumping under switch to a right arm crab reach. All right, so from here, that same jumping under switch, we pull back into center to beast. We switch the legs there, continue all the way over into crab, and your right hand will be off the floor. Ah, you cracked it, well done. Lift the hips up, right arm crab reach. Return to crab and rest the hips down. Nicely done. So if we do that on the other side, if you set up loaded beast, we're going to be sliding to a right leg side kick through, levitate into a left leg side kick through. So set loaded beast.
Hysteria now. The left to be right have gone out the window. Anyway, which way am I going?
We're going to slide to a right leg side kick through. So you want to hop forward on the left foot. Slide to right leg side kick through. That's it. Good. Levitate to left leg side kick through. So tuck the right leg up into the chest. Nice and high with the hips, straight arms. Switch legs. Now sink down. Get right back down to that beast position. And under you go, left leg side kick through. Nicely done. And you can rest there. Good. Really good. All right. So let's combine. What have we got there? Let's combine some of that stuff together. We'll go from beast, scorpion switch, crab reach, etc. We'll go from there to just that bit there where we return to crab. I'm just going to bring my notes because I might as well just talk you through it. Let's see how we get on. All right, so when we're ready, set beast. We won't bother with hip again. We'll set beast here. So I don't think we've got enough time. All right, so we're going to start with the right leg. So right leg scorpion switch. So turn the toes out and up and around. Lead with the hip. You're going to land with your right hand in front of your face. All the way over. Nicely done, Charlotte. Getting better. So right arm crab reach. Bend the left foot in, or left knee. And yep. Right arm crab reach. Drive the hips up. Reach the arm. Return to crab into left leg under switch to loaded beast. So organize the hips back on the heels, the arms reaching away. I'm going to unload, knees stay low, chin tucked, tail tucked, out you come. Nice unload, return to loaded beast. Okay, here we go. Right leg front step, big step, elbow pulling back. Yeah, well done. Through. Elbow forward, nicely done. Way, good control. Right, return to loaded beast. And then we've got a slide to left leg side kick through. So you can hop forward on the right foot. That's it. Slide to left leg side kick through. Levitate to right leg side kick through. So bring that left leg up into the chest, hips high. Yep, switch the legs. Remember to sink down through your beast. Brilliant. So right leg, jumping under switch to right arm crab reach. Switch in the middle. Keep going all the way over. Organize the feet and then drive the hips up. Right arm crab reach. Return to crab and rest. So that's as far as we've got. Well done. Well done. Right. We've just got time. Literally just, I think, to do the other side. So we'll set beast again and it'll start off with a left leg scorpion switch. All right, so set beast, left leg scorpion switch.
I did this last time, I'm too near there. Right, okay.
Yep, left leg scorpion switch, drive up and around, block the base leg out, lead with the hip. It will leave you with your left hand in front of your face. Left arm crab reach. Bend the right knee, take the hips up, return to crab, sorry, into right leg under switch to loaded beast. Brilliant. Unload. Nice work, Charlotte. Return to loaded beast. Left leg front step. Elbow pulling back, yep, through. Good. Return to loaded beast.
That's the hard bit.
Now I've got a slide to right leg side kick through. So you're going to be hopping on the left foot, right leg side kick through, levitate to left leg side kick through, hips up, knee to chest, switch the feet, well recovered, sink down through beast. Yeah, you've got it, left leg side kick through, nice. So left leg jumping under switch to left arm crab reach. So switch the legs in beast. Yep. All the way through to crab, left arm up, over you go. And return to crab and rest. Well done. That was really good. It's just spot on time as well. So we're getting through a lot more now. You're moving a lot quicker. I think by the end of this week, we'll be doing pretty much everything from 8 all the way down to the bottom. That would be the plan. And then next week's the last week. I think we've got Monday and Wednesday next week, can't we? Or is it Wednesday and Thursday? Whatever days it is, I can't remember. There was something that's changed that week. And then I'm away, and then we're back in March. I need to sort out a timetable. So
I'm going to say what you're doing next, because yeah, but at least we'll have some things to play with while you're away.
Yeah, you'll have plenty to play with. I will, because yours are different to the, everybody's is slightly different. Some of it's the same, but it means I'll upload these ones where we've been doing like the full floors and stuff for you, so that you've got
Practice
them and you can practice if you want to, yeah, while I'm away. So and hopefully by the end of this week we'll have the full floor kind of done. So you'll have the whole thing to play with. So you can kind of see how
I'm really enjoying it. I am getting it. I now need to just perfect some of the movements, but I am getting it. It's the conversion in my head that's working now, which is good.
It is. You could tell. You can see it kind of coming. It's like all else, isn't it? It just takes a few weeks, months, whatever, years. I know what you're doing. But yeah, you could definitely see, and I could tell because we're getting through a lot more, because not having to break it down as much. I mean, the only reason why I'm breaking down some of the movements is so that they act like a warm up then. So
good. All right. I'll see you on Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. Thanks, Charlotte.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.